To talk about a feeling, one that's so common, but we just don't really put words to it. The whole idea here is that the feeling you have of being left behind, it might not be what you think it is at all. Seriously, just ask yourself that. Do you ever get that little pit in your stomach when you're scrolling online or maybe talking to old friends? It's this quiet, heavy feeling that maybe you're not quite keeping up.
I mean, you see it everywhere, don't you? Promotions, weddings, new houses, all these amazing achievements. It can honestly feel like you bought a ticket to a parade that you were supposed to be in.
And that's the part that really stings, right? The feeling that you're just stuck, standing still while the rest of the world just zooms on by. And man, that is such a lonely feeling.
But here's the thought. What if that whole story you've been telling yourself, this whole narrative about falling behind, what if it's just not true? Now this is the big question. Because we always blame ourselves, don't we? Our motivation, our talent, our discipline. But what if the real reason is something way deeper, something we haven't even really looked at yet? Okay, so this brings us to our first big idea, this concept of an invisible weight. We all carry stuff from our past. You can't see it, nobody else can see it, but you know it's there. It's heavy. And look, invisible weight isn't just about, major capital T trauma. It's all the little things too. The disappointments, the rejections, the little moments that kind of chipped away at how you see yourself. You might have physically walked away from those things, but mentally, you're still carrying them. And this just shows the huge disconnect perfectly. On the outside, people see you trying. They see you show up and do the work. But on the inside, you're not just dealing with today's problems. You're also fighting all the ghosts from yesterday. Just let that one sink in for a second. This isn't a race, and you are not losing. You're just running the course with a much heavier backpack than a lot of other people. And thinking about it that way, it totally changes the story from one of failure to one of incredible resilience. So how does this invisible weight actually, mess with us? Well, it doesn't just sit there quietly. It actively shapes your present. I love this metaphor. It's like you're trying so hard to walk forward, but your head is cranked all the way around staring at what's behind you. Oh man, we've all said this, right? It's like the official model for a fresh start. You're full of hope, you're so ready for a change, you set new goals, and you really genuinely believe it. But then, it happens. The same old doubts start whispering in your ear. The same fears pop up and freeze you in your tracks. The same habits you swore you'd break, they're back. And why? Because we keep trying to change the results without ever dealing with what caused them in the first place. And that's really the heart of it all. You can't just outrun a negative self-image that's built on old hurts. Any real lasting change has to start from the inside. It just has to. So this leads to a really big problem. In our rush to feel like we're catching up, we end up forcing this kind of progress that isn't even real. And believe me, it has a cost. I love this distinction here because healthy growth feels good, right? It feels empowering, like you're actually building something. But when you try to force growth without healing what's underneath, it just feels like pressure. Crushing, constant pressure, and it is absolutely exhausting. And you know this feeling. This isn't the kind of tired that a good night's sleep or an extra cup of coffee can fix. This is a deep, soul-level exhaustion that comes from fighting a war inside yourself every single day. And that exhaustion comes from these things, holding it all in, ignoring what you're actually feeling, putting on a brave face and pretending you're fine when you're not. Every time you do that, you're burning emotional energy you just don't have to spare. So it's time we redefine what strong even means. We're always told that being strong is about pushing through the pain. But what if real strength is having the guts to actually stop, turn around, and fix the cracks in your own foundation? So, where do you even start? It's actually pretty simple. It's just about awareness. You don't have to solve everything at once. First, just be honest about what you've been avoiding. Then, try to pinpoint what specific things from your past still have a hold on you. And finally, just begin to accept those things instead of constantly fighting them. So here's a question to leave you with. Be really honest with yourself for a second. What patterns in your life right now might have roots in something you've never really dealt with? The answer to that? That's your starting point. Okay, as we bring this all together, let's go back to the beginning. That pressure you feel to hurry up, to get over it already, that's part of the problem. This takes as long as it takes. And please stop comparing. Your path is your path. Trying to measure your own messy, beautiful healing journey against someone else's curated highlight reel is just going to make you crazy. Just focus on you. Because this This is the real prize. The goal isn't to win some imaginary race or to impress anybody. It's to build a deeper, kinder understanding of who you are and everything you've been through. Now that is real progress.
So next time that feeling starts to creep in, that feeling of being left behind, I want you to remember this. Give yourself the grace to heal. Take your time. The most important thing you can possibly do is start listening to yourself, because healing, that's the most important work there is.